Okay. Yeah, microphones work. Mic check. Hi, everyone.
Right on. So, we are celebrating.
Hang on. Before we do anything,
Okay.
we need to say we don't have access to the chat right now.
I could through my phone. Like we can see if somebody types something up in the top right.
No, because that's StreamYard. That's not YouTube.
Oh.
Unless the
I can turn my computer on.
Comments go there. I don't know. Just we decided on doing this about
2 minutes ago.
Yeah, maybe 3.
We're celebrating Funky Moose Records.
Why is that in air quotes?
Well, celebrating. How are we celebrating? We're gonna have a cupcake here, guys.
Well, that, and we have a 12% discount on the website right now.
Look
so if you go to the website on the top banner, it says it gives you the discount code. It'll be valid till June 14th. You get 12% off everything on the website.
Celebrate!
See, we're celebrating.
There you go. Right on.
Hey, I'm Mark.
I'm Joel.
These episodes of the Sit Down Podcast are brought to you by Funky Moose Records.
Subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and ring the bell because it really helps us out, you guys.
And check out funkymooserecords.ca for all your used and new records, and accessories.
And merch. Cool. So we tried doing this we're over a year in and we're still having technical difficulties every week, every episode. So tonight we were trying to record this on QuickTime or something.
And you know what?
That was weird.
I think that is kind of what makes this part of
it fun for you.
Yeah.
Is that it's always different?
Because I'm one of those, I want to try to figure things out kind of guys.
Right. Yeah, as I saw last night.
What was last night?
All that freaking internet, we were disconnecting. That stuff. And
that was also me on a few coffees.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah. So in the last, I don't know, 2.5 hours, a lot has changed because we had something planned that didn't go through, and then we planned to do something else that didn't quite work.
And then we were thinking about doing it tomorrow. That's
not going to happen.
Yeah.
So now we're doing it this way.
Yeah. So we're like, So welcome if you're joining us live. Well, let's call this a little bit of a behind the scenes of Monday's episode. So as I said before, we were going to do callbacks, and the way we originally had started off, we were giving some props out to Paris Pick for basically starting off getting us to where we are today.
Yeah, because we started as two dudes sitting on the couch talking about music music news, and especially about articles that we
talking about music news and not knowing anything about music news.
We read the headlines and that was about it.
Yeah.
But then we got an email from Paris Pick, and she wanted to be on the show. So that kind of started the evolution of the
having a guest on an episode.
Yeah. And now we have one every week.
Yeah. So we're going to toss it back. Like, please go back. If you guys enjoy these clips, like, go back in our catalog and watch the full episodes, you guys. Like, they're a lot of fun for us.
Yeah.
I don't mean like pop a bowl of popcorn and sit there and watch us talking to these people. But I mean, put it on it. Yeah, you could, but put it on in the background and listen, man. I'm telling you, there's some great stories back there. Like this one will be Paris talking about her journeys hitchhiking through Saskatchewan. I think out in the Regina area.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, enjoy.
So when I was hitchhiking the first time through Saskatchewan, I get picked up by these two guys off the highway. They seem friendly enough. They're like, oh yeah, like, we're from Regina. We're going to go do some work, whatever. And I had to, I was going to go into the city anyways to just like take a break from the road. And it's funny. We're like 10 minutes down this road and they're like, oh yeah, like we just got out of jail, all this stuff. And I was like, whoa, like first interaction with like Regina. It's like these guys had just got out of jail. I'll finish that story. So usually part of the rule of the road is that you don't go off the highway with strangers, right? But in this instance, I had run out of food, and like usually I had a box of cereal or something in my backpack. I needed to get to a city anyways to like restock before I kept traveling. So when these guys picked me up, they were like, "Yeah, I'm already off the highway. I'm heading towards Regina with them." And they're like, "Yeah, we just got out of jail. We started this gravel business, like gravel pouring." And I'm like, "What?" Like, and they're like, "We have this project like a few clicks out of town from the main city." And they're like, "We will pay you $13 an hour to come dig, like shovel gravel with us." And I was like, "What?" Like, that's a bizarre offer. And I don't know, like it's two older guys that just got out of jail. Like, am I digging my own grave or am I actually getting paid to shovel gravel? Like, it's kind of like super weird proposal, but I was like, I felt it out and I was like, okay, like sure, I'll go with you guys. So we get to like this farmhouse on the outskirts of Regina, and it's a big nice house and there's no cars there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is a horror movie. Like there's no cars here because the owners are dead on the floor inside. like immediately my life started flashing before my eyes and I was like, yep, this is it. I'm like, they like send me to this pit of gravel and they're like, yeah, like here we go, like we'll start digging, blah blah blah. Well, it turns out they were actually both super nice guys. They paid me at the end of the day my $13 an hour, and I think I did like 6 hours worth of shoveling gravel or something. And they made me dinner. And then there was a point in time, and remember, I'm like an 18-year-old young lady. There's a point in time where at the end of the day, Buddy like takes off his t-shirt and he's actually looking pretty good. And I'm like, by the end of it, I'm like, okay, where are we sleeping? Like, what's the whole arrangement? And they're like, oh, we have this little trailer on site. And sure enough, that evening, like the owners come home. So it turns out the house does have owners. No one's dead. Like everything's normal. And I go into this little trailer where they're making me dinner and we're having like an after end of the day beer. And I'm like, oh, there's only like 2 beds in this whole trailer. Like, oh gosh, like, is this guy expecting that I'm going to have to share a bed with him? And he just like, he looks at me and he takes a sit down on the bed. And he's like, don't worry. Like I'm a divorced man. I got 2 young daughters out there in the world. And I don't bite less bitten. And then he like took off his shirt and like rolled over and fell asleep. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just like, wow, what is happening? Like I'm kind of into this right now. Like if anything, I'm scared I'm gonna make a move on this 45-year-old guy. And I had a really
that is too good.
We slept, nothing weird happened. All was good. Next day we had breakfast and they said, yo, do you want to stay and work with us for one more day? And I was so anxious feeling that I was like scared I was going to maybe sleep with this random jailbird that I was like, no, I got to go back to the highway before like I make a weird decision here. So
that's awesome. That's good.
That's the Regina story.
Another good one. So let's go off of the top of your head, Mark. So
right, we were asking who was next after Paris. What did we do next?
Yeah, and but it doesn't. But the order doesn't matter. Like I think it's just. Well,
you asked what we did 20 minutes ago.
Yeah,
that's what we did 20 minutes ago.
Right. That's right. So do you remember?
Yeah, it was Ali, our friend Ali. She
was it though, or was there somebody before her?
No, that was.
It was legit Ali.
She was the next. Yeah, we. Ali and I did some work together, and I found out. No, I didn't find out. She's pretty open about it. That she is a huge Vanilla Ice fan. And Joelle and I are not. So we wanted to do a super fan episode, trying to figure out what we were going to do. So we did a super fan episode with Ali about Vanilla Ice and Forgiato Blow, who Joelle still doesn't.
I still don't know who the hell that is.
He's a rapper or one of.
I still remember Roll 'Em Up from Vanilla Ice. You ever hear that song?
Yeah.
Where he had dreadlocks. I think and I had an album, Hard to Swallow, I think was the name of the album. So I wouldn't say I was a Vanilla Ice fan, but I definitely spent some money on him for sure.
That's how he got his dreadlocks.
Maybe. Or he just didn't. Yeah. Anyways.
Anyway.
Bieber shaved his head. So
when?
Like a week ago, maybe?
Anyway.
Yeah.
So here's a clip of us talking to Ali, schooling us about Vanilla Ice.
Telling us, I think, was she talking about, well, yeah, maybe she's talking about when Vanilla Ice was in Prince Albert or something. Maybe I can find that. You and I, we were talking before we started recording about when he was in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Now, do you think that Funky Monkey paid $500,000 to get Vanilla Ice to go do a gig?
No,
you know what I mean?
No, that was when he was like broke. So that all kind of started happening when the DIY network picked him up on his home rental show,
yeah.
and then the I Love the 90s tour launched. A huge spike in popularity happened once the I Love the 90s tour.
Yeah, I think Salt and Pepper was out on that too, weren't they?
Yeah.
Another thing we talked about was Earl Pereira from the Steadies. He's the one and only person who has been on the show more than one occasion.
Yep. No, that's actually
not true.
No.
As I said that,
Mick from Weapons technically has been on twice.
Technically, that's true. What about Joe? Has Joe been on more than once? Well, I know we were on his show. And then he was on ours.
So technically,
so that's why it feels like it was multiple. But Earl, man, we love you so much. I could spend a whole weekend and just listen to that guy talk, man. He's got so many freaking stories. And like go back into the episode and listen to them all. Like I was mentioning off air how I don't cut out clips of the episodes as frequently as maybe I should. In hopes that you guys will go out there and watch these full episodes. Like I said, they're a lot of fun for us. And there's some cool shit in these episodes, you guys. This clip is just a short one about Earl talking about Trudeau. Oh, that's how we got on that, because we were talking about League of Wolves. And the first thing that I ever cut or clipped together was from the League of Wolves episode. And we were talking about Jean Chrétien, and so I edited together like a clip of when Jean Chrétien got those multiple pies in the face. I don't remember what he was doing. He was like walking through some crowd or whatever, and some guy comes and just smacks a pie right in his face. And then we were talking about when he was like choking out that guy, and I found that clip and cut that. So that was the first thing that I ever edited together, and I was so proud of it. But so shout out to League of Wolves in that episode, and we'll roll that clip right now.
Speaking of Canada, we were watching a video of Jean Chrétien where he gets a pie in the face. Have you guys ever seen the video?
No, I'm not Canadian, so
I vaguely remember that. Did you see the one where he like chokes that fan or something?
Bonjour, 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 bonjour.
We were talking about. We were trying to find it, but we couldn't find the video.
Oh, it's out there.
It's great.
We should try and find it. From there was our segue into Trudeau, because for those of you watching, like if you think of if Justin Trudeau today went and started choking somebody that was at like a press conference
and he was in the way.
Yeah, like that's what Jean Chrétien did like in the 90s. Like that's insane. That's so crazy.
And back in the 90s, that was that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was like I deserved it. He was in the way. Like he was
I'm not from Canada, so I wasn't up to speed with when that happened, but I saw the video and I was like, oh.
Right. But that was how we were going to segue into Earl talking about Justin Trudeau. Something about there was a party out in BC or whatever, and was it Widemouth Mason got to play?
Something. Here's a clip.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Yes, that was a worry. We applied, got a little bit of funding from our provincial music industry association. Kind of helped out a little bit. Provincial like small business grants came through as well, and then Trudeau stepped up and and actually voted for Trudeau, mainly for the reason of I just felt like, cause I'd met him actually. I partied with him back in the day.
Yes.
His family has a cottage in Creston, BC, or near Nelson in the Kootenays. And I remember Weymouth, we played a huge Kokanee Meltdown, it was called. One of those big summer drunk festivals, right? And he was the host. He was the host of the festival. So he was partying, we were partying. He introduced us on stage and everything. And just seeing what he was like over the years, how he built himself up. I just kind of felt like he had that compassion about him that maybe if things were ever to hit the fan, that he would step up and he'd be there to help people with the people. And sure enough, man, he did, and it was huge. I'm not gonna lie. I think all of us everyone in the arts, even till this day, who still can't work. I mean, that's been paying the bills, right?
But yeah, that guy's kick ass though. He's got so many cool stories.
He also provided us with a few guests, so appreciate that
definitely.
too.
Yeah, yep. Love working with him, hanging with him, and also the night that Earl was on the show, we actually did 2 episodes in the one night. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we double booked.
Yeah,
one of our rookie mistakes.
That's not the first time that we double booked.
No,
yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, so that night it was Earl Pereira, and I don't remember which one was first, but we also had Northern Royals on.
We started with Earl, and Northern Royals came.
They were after.
Yeah.
Now I might have changed my shirt just to make it look like it was. Did we change our shirts just to try and make it look? I think we did.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that we weren't wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Give him a spin around.
Oh,
let's do it.
Drink,
yeah, give us a spin around.
All right, here we go.
Don't lose
you're
the
about
connection.
to see. That's the drum kit. There we go. And there's the Northern
banner.
Royals banner. We got some guitar amps and the bass amp and some mirrors. And there is our big whiteboard that we write everything on. And you're probably going to catch a glimpse of the bar. And we're back to us.
Cool. What's up?
There we go. Got it.
But I was trying to be professional, hey?
So we need to have them back on the show.
Northern Royals?
Because our shirts didn't match. No.
Yeah.
Because we had some audio issues, and we've been talking to Evan about that. And so we decided that we're going to do another episode with
Northern Royals. Yeah, we've definitely got them in the books, you guys. They're coming back.
But a little bit different than normal.
So many things. Since we started the show, how it's evolved into what it is today, you guys, is just crazy.
I keep saying a little different. Yeah, because every different.
Week is a little different. But
like today, this is a little different.
Yeah, we've got some big things coming this summer, actually, that are going to be huge. Like we've got in the books, what?
I want to see the video.
Well, you got to put the code in.
I know.
It's my finger. We've got some cool stuff coming this summer, you guys. I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Things like we're going to be recording some on-location ones. We've got in the books as a recording with Liat Hansen and Aspen Beverage at Skull Creek Studios. And this one's going to be fun. It's coming up pretty soon, where we actually will be having Prehistoric Productions recording it for us. So we're excited about that. We're not sure how that's going to turn out. It's just all fun, man. It's going to be a blast. And from there, we actually have in the books another episode with Northern Royals, where Mark and I are planning to go to Manitoba to go sit with them on location and deliver the records, the EPs that we've been talking about for the last few months.
Because these are the test pressings of those EPs. They are being pressed as we speak.
Yeah.
So then when those are done, the records are done, we're gonna bring a bunch to Winnipeg.
Yep. Permitting, like like as long as we follow protocol.
Well, I mean,
this
is the plan. We'll see what happens.
Within reason. It's booked. It's scheduled. It's ready to go. So basically, if the government allows us to do so, we will.
Yep.
So that's going to be fun. That'll be fun and exciting. Couple things I don't really want to mention, but after that, you guys, like, we've got like
what?
Yeah, what? Well, there's a couple other things that we're going to be doing in Winnipeg on film as well that I don't want to disclose at this point.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a surprise.
Yeah, Winnipeg's going to be fun. We got some stuff in the pipe for that.
Yep.
And smoke it. No, just kidding. But and then Mark booked some solid guests for the summer too. Do you want to talk about who's coming and how that happened? Or no, because we're live.
No, I can definitely. I mean, we're always looking for Canadian artists, Canadian bands. We want to meet the bands, and we want to ask the questions so that you don't have to.
I don't even know about. I'd go as far as I want to ask questions. I just want to hang out with these guys, man, and help promote.
But the idea behind it is that we hang out with them, so that we are kind of replacing the fans, kind of thing, so that the fans can see the band through the eyes of us if they were hanging out with them.
Right. Yeah, it's like the people behind the music sort of thing.
Yeah. Anyway, so we want to get bands on so we can hang out with them. So
yeah, and just help promote their music and stuff, right? But
so I reached out to a whole bunch of people. One of them being the Sheepdogs, Saskatoon Rockers on the cover of
Rolling
Stone. And I it was on Twitter. I reached out to them, not expecting a reply to begin with, but I got the reply, and the reply said, "Sure, let's do it." And I'm like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna have the Sheepdogs on."
Do you remember when we started? We were like, "Oh man, could you imagine if we got the Sheepdogs on?" You remember that?
And now it's happening.
And it's actually happening. Yeah. So that's cool. That's in the books, you guys. That's scheduled for this summer.
And then you have.
And then just luck. I don't know how the hell that happened, but we invited Theory of a Dead Man on, and they politely accepted. So that's in the books.
You know very well how that happened.
Yeah, considering. I mean, I understand things change as well too. So like as of right now, it's in the books. But I mean, life happens, right? So we get that. But we're very excited. Like that's kind of the stuff we've got coming on this summer. So like these clips that we're talking about, to go back in our catalog, like we're just gonna have even better ones. But actually better ones. There's nothing that's going to top what's happened in the last year with like meeting Tyler Gilbert and stuff. Like out of all I've got a list of things that happened on the show here, you guys. This is my ultimate number one. So,
and it's a recurring thing.
Like that's what's so awesome about it.
We were only hanging out with him once.
Yeah.
And we still talk about it.
So a little backstory on a couple of these clips that I'm going to throw in here is that we had a musician out of Regina on the show, Tyler Gilbert.
Shout out to Joe, because he got us in touch with him.
Right. That's how we got that contact. And I mean, it was just like we're just hanging out with him, talking music, and he's telling us road stories and stuff. And throughout the whole episode, all we could hear is this beep, beep, like every, I don't know, 60 seconds or whatever. And then Mark puts 2 and 2 together, and he's like, "Dude, is your like smoke alarm? Is there batteries dead in your smoke alarm?" And he's like, "Oh man, frick!" I started laughing so hard because he's like, "Oh, that's what that is." It had been beeping for like a week or whatever. He was painting his living room. So anyway, we had a good laugh about that. There's a clip of that I'll throw in here.
I've noticed it in both countries. The East is just, there's just so many more people and so many more venues and stuff, and
interesting.
Yeah, you need to change the battery on your smoke detector.
Oh, is that beeping? Yeah. I see. I hear it so often. I think I just tuned it out. I don't even know where the damn thing is. Because there's a ring up there where it should be, and it's not there.
Those damn aliens again, man.
Damn it.
Maybe it's in the hallway. I don't know.
Wherever it is, I think I heard it.
Yep, I heard it too.
You're gonna have a nice beeping throughout this whole podcast. I didn't even think of that.
It's okay. It's not really annoying, but everyone listening up to this point is going to listen
think
for it
that
now.
their batteries are done. And they're fucking...
They're gonna hear every beep from now on.
Yeah.
Now, fast forward a week. I'm sure it was
a week or two.
A week or two. He's on Joe's podcast, and like not even 5 minutes in, this freaking thing is still beeping, and Joe calls him out on it. He's like, "Is that your fucking smoke detector again?
Is that still beeping?
You still didn't change the batteries on that?" Oh man! So I had cut that clip and put the two clips together.
You're busy. I don't know how you find the time to do all that.
A lot of coffee, and I specifically have to do it when at least one of my children is sleeping, because if they're awake, it's crazy. Is that your goddamn smoke detector still going?
It's still beeping. Oh shit!
Holy fuck! Like I watched this last Friday with you and Mark and Joel on
never
the sit
found
down.
it.
You never found the smoke detector?
The sneaky little bastard! I swear, it like went quiet until listening to the podcast, and then it's like, "I'm back."
just worried about your sanity.
Oh man, I thought that was the funniest thing. So now on social media, if I'm DMing Tyler, shout out to Tyler, man. You are the coolest shit. It's always like some kind of reference of a smoke detector or something's on fire. Love it. He did find it and change the batteries. For the record, it's not beeping. Man, that would drive me crazy.
Yeah. If that happens, I mean, if I hear a smoke alarm in his house through Zoom, can you imagine it being
That's like,
right outside my bedroom
dude,
door?
That's my all-time favorite thing that's happened since we started.
That was
this
hilarious.
show.
Yeah,
definitely the best.
That was cool.
But we got some other cool ones on the list there. Like,
when Manfred was with us from Elephants and Stars, he is okay. So I would say he's a loyal follower, because every time we upload a new video, he mentions something like, "Oh, I got to catch up."
Right.
So
right.
I have and he actually researches the artists that we have on too.
Oh, sweet. Shout out, man. You're a good dude for sure.
Yeah. We need to have you on again, because our episode was like 2.5 hours long and we were not done talking.
Definitely not.
So
I feel bad that I'm not wearing my Elephants and Stars shirt. So
that's a bunny hug, isn't it? Or is it a t-shirt?
No, it's a t-shirt. It was funny too, because I had Kemper holding it up, and I took a picture of it like to show that I got it. And Kemper's holding it above him, so you just see these tiny little hands and the bottoms of his feet. So Manfred thought, he's like, "Holy shit, like what size did I send you?" Because it just looked huge. I was like, "No, that's my son. Like, we're good, man. It fits." So thank you for the shirt, man. Love it. But yeah, going back to his stories, this freaking was another time that we laughed pretty hard, because he has a video. If you go to his Instagram, he's got a video clip. You guys know what Cameo is, where you can hire like a celebrity to, I don't know, do a promotion or wish you happy birthday or whatever. And he's a big fan of Cameo.
Hey, we should have a Cameo for our sixth birthday.
For the, what do you mean? I don't think they happen that quick though. I think we're a little too late on that.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, and I feel like he's got something coming up with that too. Anyways, I don't want to get into that part. But if you go on his social media, you'll see a video of Michael Cohen doing like an advertisement for Elephants and Stars on how Donald Trump hated Elephants and Stars, but they're the best band out there or whatever. And the story goes, I'm putting the clip here, so watch the clip. But he's talking about how he thought this video was going to go viral. It was the best thing. Like, it's got Michael Cohen doing this thing, and he's like uploads it, and like there's like 0 likes, 0 hits or anything. So I thought that was pretty funny. So here's the clip on that right there. There's actually a post on the Instagram account too. Wasn't there a Cameo thing where somebody was like giving a shout out to Elephants and Stars, and then was saying how Trump hates the band. And
that's Michael Cohen.
Yeah,
that's Trump's lawyer. That's the guy who testified against Trump in front of Congress.
Hey, this is Michael Cohen, and I'm giving a shout out to Elephants and Stars, the group. So we love to tell people to listen to their EP Recovery on all streaming services. And I'll tell you something. Donald Trump hates Elephants and Stars and used to complain about them all the time, their music, their persona. He hated everything about them. So if you hate Donald Trump too, then you should go and you should listen to Elephants and Stars and enjoy. But most importantly, stay safe.
So was that? So tell me the story of this. Is this like one of those Cameo things?
It's Cameo. So I find Cameo fascinating. Like, I love going on there and just seeing who's on there. I don't know why. I just sort of like.
I do it too, man. I get it. I do.
People I get excited over are not the people you think. Like I'll go through it going like, no, Michael Jackson, no, famous guy. And I'll be like, oh my God, Greg the Hammer Valentine. I'll be like, but so I saw Michael Cohen was on there. So for those who don't know, Michael Cohen was Donald Trump's personal attorney. He was his quote unquote fixer. He was the guy in the Stormy Daniels who handled the Stormy Daniels payment. He's also handled some other pretty nefarious stuff. I mean, listen, with all due respect, Michael Cohen himself, no angel. And then he turned on Trump and he wrote the book about him and he testified before Congress about how all the illegal things Trump was doing. And he ended up going to prison and he just got out. So I guess he's hurting for cash. And I just saw Michael Cohen. I said, I gotta get Michael Cohen. Like, are you kidding me? So I think it was like $150. He was super cheap considering he's easily, in my mind, the most famous person on Twitter. So I sent him a message. I'm saying like, hey, could you like do like a joke video and just give a shout out? We just released an EP and say that like Donald Trump always hated us. Because I thought, that's sort of funny because obviously you've never heard of us. But so Michael Cohen actually direct messaged me back, which I didn't even know you could do on Cameo. He was the first guy who's ever done it. He said, look, I don't know what an EP is. Can we start there? And I go, that's what he said. He goes, I don't know what an EP is. I go, well, don't worry too much about that. It's a record. Like, just say that, like, Trump never liked us. It's something funny. And he gets back to me and he goes, tell me exactly what you want me to say. And I said, in my mind, I'm like, you're kind of sucking the fun out of this right now. Like,
Yeah, you're like, make it your own, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. I go, you know what? Do whatever you want. There's no wrong answers here. I go, just have fun with it. Like, just all I would ask is mention our name and just joke around and say the so he did this cameo where he's like, Donald Trump hated these guys, he used to complain about them all the time. And I was like, I'm watching it so gleefully, like I'm just thinking this is like the greatest thing I've ever. I was so, when I got it, this is the honest to God truth. When we got it back, I remember looking at it going like, this is going to go viral. This is going to be the biggest thing I've ever done. Like, when I post this on social media, people are going to lose their minds. By the way, nobody cared. No likes, no retweets. People are like,
I saw that today. I was like, what? There wasn't even one like.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is the greatest thing I'll probably ever achieve in my life. I have Trump's attorney talking about my band.
Oh, fuck, that made me laugh so hard though.
Yeah, thanks for making us laugh. Everyone on the show.
Oh, you guys, we love you guys so much. All of you. Yeah. Like we said, open invitation. You guys are always welcome back here anytime. Yeah. So yeah, that was a good episode.
Oh, we had Matt Blaze too. He was outside.
He was like on his back deck, right?
Yeah. Oh man, Justine Giles.
Yeah, a lot of I find, I don't know, man, just like
Brandon,
the prairies here, right? Brandon Baker.
Yeah.
He just got, I don't know, nominated for something pretty big, I think, or he won something, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I missed that. But yeah.
Anyway,
like all the guests we've had, I've had a blast with. I I honestly can say that there's not one guest. After we hung up the call, I was like, okay, that was.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't fun.
That
Man,
was-
they've all
yeah.
been a blast.
Yeah.
Have you been like starstruck yet? At all?
You have.
I definitely have. A couple times, man.
No, yeah, a couple times. Lou Harrison.
Well, that wasn't starstruck. It was just because like
You were excited.
I was excited. That was a fun one. He's good shit, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lou.
But yeah, so I think you're referring to the episode with Hendog.
With Hendog. That was one of my favorite episodes for sure. And Hendog will be back. I promise you. He's going to be coming back for sure. And then maybe we can have a little bit more of a conversation with him this time.
Yeah, instead of talking about
that was
Josh.
fun.
Yeah.
So that one is I ended up surprising Hendog with a comedian that him and I both are big fans of. So we ended up getting Josh Potter on the podcast as well for that episode. So yeah, I was definitely a little bit starstruck and fumbling my words. Like, yeah, that was a fun one. But just you responding, I think, made my day, if I'm being awesome. Like, I'm going to try so hard not to fanboy out. So just being a fan, reached out to Hendog here and reached out to Fanboy.
Hang on.
I know. I'm
Stop.
just going to be all over the place.
Stop. Let him. He hasn't
okay.
talked yet.
All right. Janelle told me to shut up too, so I'm sorry, Hendog. I apologize.
No worries, man. No worries. So the first question you asked me was like the process of how I do these things. So pretty much, I'll take a video clip, just a regular ass hilarious video clip. For example, Uncle Shine, the guy that says "I." I'll chop up each soundbite in my audio workstation, Fruity Loops. I call it Fruity Loops still, but it's called FL Studio 20. And I have all the sound bites laid out for me, and then I'll just start making a beat, melody, drums, all that stuff, and give myself a groove, and then use the sound clips that kind of give me a vibe, like it sounds good on beat.
What's up, Hendog?
Yo, what's up, Roach?
I don't see Hendog.
Now you joined.
Oh,
Yeah,
word.
He won't show his face still, so we see the cartoon image with the mask still.
Oh, word. I didn't see that.
I'm
There we
keeping
go.
it
Now
on
I
the
got it.
video.
I fixed it. Word. What's up, dudes?
Chilling, man.
I'm just
Man,
out here in my
that's
smoking
crazy.
section. How you been, man? Congratulations on all the bangers, and I really like the song you did for me, so I wanted to come on here and say what's up.
I appreciate that, man. Well, thank you for closing out the episode with the song, man. I'm glad you like it.
Oh, of course, man. You play it more often too, yeah.
Yeah.
How
man,
does- Go ahead, Hendog.
No, I was just gonna say I appreciate Potter, man. This is crazy. I didn't realize I was gonna be on a phone call with Potter. This is crazy. I'm like fanboying right now. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Right?
that's awesome, man. Well, I'm fanboying myself.
All good. Man, we've gotten some good connections since then too. Like
That's kind of with
shout out to Sticker Champ too for
Yeah.
that's from the affiliate of like Hendog and YMH and Josh Potter and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool, man, being tied into that world a little bit. So yeah, that's probably my favorite episode so far, just because I got to fanboy out.
I don't think I have a favorite episode. There were a lot of good ones, like a lot of fun, but a favorite?
No,
it's hard to pick.
Wasn't it just when it was you and me? Do you remember those days?
Episode
Episode
2.
1.
Episode 2 was the best.
Oh man, I gotta go back and check out like how ridiculous we were on episode 1, 2, 3.
You're gonna curl your toes and like just cringe.
I might have lost a little bit of weight since then.
Lost?
Maybe. I don't know if my belly looks as fat as it did.
The cameras keep getting better.
So maybe that helps, right? For sure. But then also we've had a few guests playing music on the show too. Like one of the original ideas when we started getting guests on was like having them in-house and shooting the shit with them and them break out into song. We thought that would be a cool idea. And luckily we've been able to do that a few times. So 3 to be exact.
4. Yep.
Who was that's right. Emma Jean was in there too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she was the first one, I believe, that did it out of her hotel room.
Yeah,
but she
and
couldn't.
woke up the neighbors.
That's right. She couldn't sing the whole song because somebody started knocking on the door or something.
Yeah.
Took my number, take me in my hand, take me downtown, don't you understand? Oh, baby. Oh, is it the right time? Nothing is it the right time to come around? Figure it out, I'm a Rachel, baby. Oh, good God, I'm on so ready to go. I need that open road. I think I owe you one.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah. And then we had Kayleigh Skomorowski.
It's alright, I won't mind. After a few glasses of wine.
Huh. I wonder if her album is out by now on vinyl. We were supposed to be in touch about that.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm going to send her an email.
Very cool. And then we had a guy, Kit came. Kit came here from the Cadillac. Or is it Cadillac? Is it just Cadillac?
Cadillac.
It's not the Cadillac. I'm looking right at it right there. Frick.
Cadillac.
You bet. So that guy's cool as shit, man, too. He's got some good stories. So he came here when it was allowed. You know, we did what we were supposed to, and he brought his guitar out here and got to sing a couple songs for us. So that was
cool.
Definitely awesome.
Always wanted to be the bad guy, gamble, smoke, steal, cheat, and lie. I want to be ruthless and drink my fill, smoke my cigarettes and pop my pills. I can't fake it, no, I just ain't that way. Want to be the bad guy, just wasn't born that way.
Can't wait to see him again too.
And Jordyn,
she was playing the piano. Or no,
Kayleigh was piano. Jordyn played guitar.
That's right. Right. She's been rocking out that local pub there a couple times too. We didn't get to go the first time. I don't remember why the hell we didn't end up going.
Because they didn't take you couldn't buy tickets in advance, so you had to just show up and buy your tickets there. But for us, it's an hour and 45-minute drive or whatever it is.
I feel like I ended up we were going to go and we ended up doing something else that night. I don't remember.
Well, okay.
I don't
Maybe
remember.
That was your reason, but
maybe
that was my reason for not going, because
man.
I don't want to show up there after an hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes, and then, sorry, we're full.
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah. I don't think anybody wants to, but
no,
you just got to make the best of it if that happens, right? Hang out in the parking lot, dance, right? Tailgate it.
Sure.
Can we go back to that antique football field? Count those stars, spinning our wheels, both have the hill we haven't shit. First is freedom, back to the spot, five vaccine nights. Days of 18 like times on fly. Crazy how fast it all goes by. Yeah, can we go back to that first touch? Oh, caught up in that rush. Back to falling in love. Back to can't get enough. Back to us. Back to us.
So yeah, those were cool, man. Getting to, hear some of that music live like that. Like, it's all about it. That's what it's all about. It's all about it. That's what it's all about, right? Being able to promote these people. Like, we're very fortunate to have the platform to do so. So, yeah, 6 years old today. Oh, how about Liquid Death? That's kind of a funny story there too, right?
Yeah. So this whole time we've been drinking Pepsi. And
trying to get a Pepsi sponsorship, but they won't bite, man.
So then with Tennis Machine, we actually talked about Pepsi sponsorships.
7 Mile Sun as well.
7 Mile
we were
Sun,
going to
yeah.
get them on board with that.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of 7 Mile Sun, I wonder if Kevin got his ball scratcher or ball trimmer.
His ball scratcher. Ask him. Scratch your nuts lately?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So Tennis Machine, we were talking about the Pepsi points.
Right. And the commercial where
yeah.
they had somebody wanted to get one of the jets because
Yeah,
it
and he got
originally
one
said
of
$1
them.
million.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to like 100 million or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some good stories, man. Like definitely, like I said, put it on in the background. You don't have to watch us do it, but
yeah, watch us do it.
These guys are so interesting, man, and just fun to hang out with. Like I want to meet all of you in person eventually.
Exomurda.
Right. And we got something sort of coming up in the pipe with them too.
Yep.
Sort of. Wolf NFG.
Yep.
Yeah, you bet. Shout out to them.
Yeah, there was, I mean, we had 67 episodes before this.
Right.
And about 10 of them were without guests, give or take, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we had 57 guests.
I'm actually curious to, and it's like, if I'm being honest, like we'll do a week's episode and then we're on to the next one the next week. And I'm not, once we're into the new week,
yeah,
it's uploaded, it's out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Like I can't remember. There's only certain specific things that stand out in my head, like that freaking smoke alarm beeping and
I'll
shit
never
like
forget
that shit that was fun like that, right?
Yeah.
But definitely.
The guys from Chasing Records were hilarious too.
They were. And 12 years today.
12 years
Shout out
today.
to those guys. Fuck, those guys are cool, man. I like them. The name of the moose, we're still trying to figure out, or did you figure out a name yet?
No.
So we're taking ideas on what to name this moose.
Something
Eric?
sophisticated.
No, Eric.
Eric the Moose.
Eric with a Eric that ends with a C.
I think we're gonna do some kind of
Does that sound
promotional
different?
thing, right?
You're not even gonna pretend to like that idea, eh?
The Eric one?
You're just
I
gonna
just don't-
you're just gonna pretend you didn't hear that, eh? I don't blame you. That's what tough crowd.
Eric. How about
How does it? Yeah. Yeah, man.
Just the relationships that we've been able to make. Like, I don't know if you keep in contact with some of these, like some of these people I do as well, right?
Yeah.
Twitter and Instagram and stuff. And like, yeah, definitely part of the Moose family, right? Are we ever going to do a festival?
Well,
Moose Fest?
Last year, 5 years would be great.
I still want to do that.
Today is year 6, and well, we can't do a festival yet. 7 years, one of those you can't really celebrate 7 years.
Would it not be like a more memorable thing if it was on an off day kind of thing?
7 years?
Why not? Why not 8? Why not?
Well, it doesn't matter.
We can't
yeah.
do 6, but because 6
Well,
is
you
today.
normally do like 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying.
But
That's
it's
the
weird.
normal.
Why
that's
would you,
the normal thing.
Why
So,
wouldn't
like,
you
mix
do
it up a little
Why
bit?
wouldn't you do 6, 12, and 18?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, in Holland, you have your wedding anniversaries,
right?
We celebrate 12 and a half years.
And a half years.
Yep, because that's half of 25. I don't know why. I think it's dumb.
Well, that's still another 6.5 years away. That's too long to do a festival. We got to do something sooner than that.
Well, we'll do, yeah. we'll have episode. No, not episode. What do you call that? Not version 6 of the festival. The like the 5th year of the festival or whatever.
Like when it's reoccurring. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I can't remember the freaking name neither. But I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, that.
Fuck.
Anyway.
Going back to the Pepsi thing. So yeah, we're trying to get this Pepsi sponsorship.
Oh, yeah, Liquid Death. We were talking about Liquid.
And then it wasn't happening. And how the hell did we get onto Cheers Liquid Death? Thank you for the cans. How the hell did we get that again? Did I just email them? That's exactly what that was. Just, looking for marketing and sponsorship and stuff. Emailed them, told them who we were and what we were doing, and they sent us some free shit. So that was pretty cool.
If you run a business that is not competing with mine, and you want to sponsor the show, send us an email.
There you go. DM us, email us.
Yeah. Well,
oh man, I went pretty balls to the wall trying to get some more free Liquid Death though, because I ended up so one of their commercials is like the Liquid Death baby name maker or something. So
Killer baby namer.
Right? Killer baby namer.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
So in the advertisement, if you watch the commercial for it, it says like if you have a baby, go to the website, put the last name in, and you'll get your Liquid Death name or whatever. And if you legitimately name your baby this, like on the birth certificate, then you'll get 18 years of free Liquid Death of thirst murderer quencher. So until the kid is old enough to leave the house, right? So then we had the bright idea of putting the moose in to find out Funky Moose's name, which we did, and we got it. So it came out, what was it? Dusk Crushington Moose?
Dusk Crushington Moose.
Yeah. So that's the official name for the moose from Funky Moose Records. Now we're seriously going to hold it. And then where is it? Where's that? Right here. So
they can't see. Just leave it there.
Anyways, we got a birth certificate with the moose's name on it. Everything's all legitimate and signed for. And then what the hell else did I do? I sold my soul, you guys, for the bill of sale for one eternal human soul to Liquid Death.
It's not much, but
yeah, my soul, there's not much value in my soul. All the shit I've done. No, not at all. But I mean, we're just having fun with it. Right. And just goofing around, man. We love it. Having a blast. Crack it open. Good. Anything else that you can think of? Another clip that we can throw back to? Off the top of your head, maybe? No?
Not that I can think of right now, no.
Oh, something else we've got coming in the pipe is that radio show. Where are we at with that?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe tomorrow we can tie up those ends.
We should probably put it together, yeah. Because we do have a bunch of submissions.
And we thank you for those, you guys.
For the people who don't know what we're talking about, Funky Moose Radio is something that's going to happen. It's basically just a podcast episode where we play music. It's not going to be on YouTube because of the distribution of the music. We're going to get flagged for copyrights and yada yada. So it's just going to be an audio only type of podcast episode,
right?
Separate from what we're doing here, but with because we hang out with artists. We want to, hear the backstories, find out who they are and whatever. But we also need a way to have their music played because that's the most important thing for them.
There's only been a handful of people we've been able to finish an episode without getting flagged.
Exactly.
So far,
so we figured we're going to do half hour to an hour episodes with
just music, man.
Yeah.
So it's going to be us introducing or closing a song.
Yep.
And dive right into the next one.
Yeah. So that's going to be all about the music, not so much about the artist. Maybe a little bit of a backstory about how they wrote
it's
the
really
song.
Whenever they submit a song, they can put what they want us to say about the song in that paragraph or whatever.
So if you're watching this and you're in a band and you think, hey, I want my song on that radio podcast, radio.funkymoose.ca. That's where the sign up form is, and then we'll be in touch.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll do my best to get Mark to finish putting that together so we can release it. We don't have much left to go.
No, it's just us talking it together.
Yep. Because we got all the songs.
Yep.
Just got to piece it.
Yep.
Find the time to piece it. So I think that's good. I don't know.
So whoever watched live, I don't know how many, But
yeah, if any, thank you guys. See you next week.
Da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba